Who is Randy?
Don't bring anyone mother into this.
Your mom in the fucking stand!
I remember being a kid, and there's certain, like, you know, I remember seeing Raw, and I remember seeing Bill Cosby himself. I remember seeing The Amazing Jonathan as a kid.
Yeah.
I think on an HBO. Did he have an HBO?
He did an HBO Young Comedian special that John Candy hosted. Yes.
I remember watching that and fucking like almost puking from laughing so hard, you know?
Yeah.
It was like so funny. And I love seeing somebody like, usually somebody that does something visual and has magic is a certain type. And then like if somebody like that doing cursing and being outrageous was a mix of the two things you never expect. You know?
I've never seen Amazing Jonathan.
Oh,
can you believe
God.
it? I know the name, but I've never watched. So what's his deal? He does like magic tricks.
Comedy
that are
magic.
Silly?
He's like the Freddy Krueger of comedy is what he was marketed as. But it's like Tom said, it's like there's like magic, I think, has a stigma of kind of being nerdy.
I love magic. If you don't love magic,
then you'll
go
love
fuck
Jonathan
yourself.
because he takes it to another level, like another degree where he incorporated blood into it a lot because he was busking in San Francisco. He's a street performer with Robin Williams. And this one guy goes, man, I got these blood capsules. You should throw this into the thing. And then once he did the blood and gushing from his mouth and pulling razor blades out of his mouth.
He would be like, I'm doing magic and be like, oh, fuck, I fucked up.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But that's part of like his thing too, is like, he'd be like, guys, can you turn down the lights, please? Can you turn down the lights? He'd be in the theater and the huge fucking light thing would come down and donk him on his head. And he'd drop down and just all this like physical humor because his comedy and magic was rooted in failure. And that's why I loved watching it.
Yeah, so how did this even come like, how did this come about?
Well, so when I was in New York at the Cellar and all the clubs, I got a road gig first for 2 weeks to make it profitable because I traveled down from New York. So my first week was with Brian Regan. This is at Charlie Goodnight's in Raleigh. And the second week was The Amazing Jonathan. And I just saw Jonathan. I was like, holy shit, man, this guy's fucking
You're
mental.
You're doing a week with him.
Working a weekend with him. I loved it. And then his road manager, Joel Osborne, who's shown prominently in the film as well. Joel is like the heart and soul of the film, like Jonathan's the face. But Joel and I love Oasis, so we're trading each other bootlegs and stuff. And that's how I got to know these guys. So I did Comic View on BET. That was my first like TV spot.
What?
So Jonathan let me crash on his couch. And every time I came out to LA, I'd crash on his couch, and then I'd go to Vegas and see him at the Nugget, and he'd get me a room and stuff. It was just like, he was one of those guys that you saw on TV that was like the first guy you met that you became friends with. You know, I don't know who that was for you guys,
Right.
but
Like your
Jonathan was kind of like
real
that for me.
friend, like your celebrity
So you
friend,
guys
whatever.
actually clicked, like you clicked and became friends.
Yeah, clicked and became friends. And then essentially he was diagnosed as of today, 5 years ago, with cardiomyopathy, which is a degradation of your heart. So his heart, I believe, is at like 55% capacity now. It might be lower. But given his manic energy on stage,
no good.
You can't match that. So his doctors told him, with the concoction of diabetes and being a lifelong drug addict, you got a year to live. So wrap it up. So he got his affairs in order and was resigned to dying. He outlived these expectations. And about the third year, he said, I'm going to see if I still have it. I want to get back on stage. So he announced a return to stage, 3 shows on the East Coast in Boston. And the minute I saw the announcement, I was just like, I'd love to see that because I love docs and I love stand-up. And I was like, this would be a great stand-up doc then. So I called him up. I said, could I do this? And he said, absolutely, because I know Jonathan's trajectory, but Joel Osborne, Jonathan met Joel when Joel was 12 years old backstage after a show in Australia. It's just a little kid asking for an autograph, comes back the next year, 13. Hey, can I get an autograph? Keeps seeing this kid, and the kid keeps following him around Australia. And basically, Jonathan teaches him tricks. And each year after year, he kind of fosters him along the way. And Joel his parents had just gotten divorced or whatever. So I think he looked at Jonathan as a father figure and watching the tapes over and over again. Basically, Joel turns 18. Jonathan says, will you be my road manager? Take an 18-year-old kid to road manage a drug addict in Las Vegas. And Joel, this kid got put through the ringer. He oversaw a nasty divorce, a suicide attempt, the perils of Las Vegas. And Joel kept Jonathan alive and on track and basically got his life in shape, said, I'm going to Australia, became a comedian on his own. So when Jonathan said, I'm coming back to this stage, Joel came back to open for him. So it all kind of came full circle.
Whoa,
So
that's cool.
The minute it all kind of happened, I was like, this kind of plays itself out. I saw it.
So did you have to? Did he agrees to do it? Did you pitch the idea then to I don't know, financiers or companies to?
I pitched it to a few different places, and essentially what ended up happening was I just went out of pocket. It was a passion project, and I love Jonathan. I love his act, and I love Joel, and I love their dynamic. So I just kind of did it on my own, and as you guys know, sometimes these projects, they start to spiral out of control and the money starts to consume you. But at the end of the day, I was given a choice of like where to let this live. And I just wanted as many people to see it. I want as many people to be re-educated or reintroduced to Jonathan
as possible.
So in talking to Bill Burr and Al Magical at All Things Comedy, I said, let's just put this on YouTube and let's let everybody see this. I'll take a bath on it, but the response on it thus far has been tremendous.
So anybody can just watch this right now.
Anybody can watch it. It's on YouTube. You just type in Always Amazing. And you guys know the comment section on any YouTube video can be
very inspiring and uplifting. Good for your ego, your self-esteem.
We're at probably 97% positive. God. And I thought we're going to get some real trolls here, but it's been nothing short of we're just kind of blown away at the response.
Well, now I have to see him. I got to research this.
Always Amazing. You can watch it just for free. On YouTube.
And there's a good production value. We put a lot of money in this thing, but my goal ultimately was to get this done before Jonathan, unfortunately, is no longer with us. And thank God I did. And I'll never forget the first time I did it for him. I showed it to him in Vegas at his theater room, and he said, I love it. And he got up and walked out, and I was thinking, well, he's probably getting himself together. And I remember calling my wife immediately afterwards. I was crying, and I was like, I don't care if I ever make a dime on this thing, which I haven't, but that meant everything to me. It meant the world because he placed his legacy, his story in my hands.
Is he no longer with us?
He is still with us, yeah. He has good days, he has bad days. As of late, from what I know, talking to him, I think he's having a few more bad days than he is good days.
Is the treatment, available to...
Well, this is the aspect we left out of the film, which maybe I should have kept in, but he's still with us today because, and he said this on film, but he basically takes stem cells from the black market through Mexico.
Wow.
So, for example, this one story he told us that we left out because I was like, that's a bit much. He lost his toe. And his toe, because he's diabetic, he has no feelings in his feet, right? So his toe just pulled off. He just pulled it off.
What?
He pulled off his toe, so he goes to the doctor and they inject stem cell where the void was of not having a toe, and it grew back.
What?
But not like.
What do you mean? What grew back?
Like a nub grew back, so the doctor had to whittle it into the shape of a toe. So he kind of has it.
This is what happens with stem cells? Mexican stem cells.
Yeah. So I guess
Black
it's like
market stem cells.
It's like Mexican Coke. It's a little stronger, a little more potent, but it's sweeter too.
This is the fetish material I want. This is the content I'm looking for.
I'll have him send you some socks. You can just smell them.
Thank you.
Can we have a documentary about this toe? I feel like that's its own story.
Believe me, when I put it.
Did you see the toe?
Yeah.
And how's it look?
You ever see Kreischer with his shirt off?
Yeah.
By the way, this studio is so much nicer than his.
Yeah.
So much nicer.
Well, so Tom's tour bus is nicer as well.
You guys have a great dynamic. It's like when you see Kreischer and his wife, it's like, they love each other, but you don't see the chemistry that you see.
No.
It's just like a better mojo in here.
Oh, yeah. Everything's better.
Well, so much more handsome, too.
Yes,
well lit.
She doesn't like him. She doesn't like him.
His place smells like bad cabbage also. That's something you can't smell when you watch him.
Yeah, and it's like, do you want to see there's racist people everywhere. Why would you go to pay to see one?
People don't know this, but when you walk up to that shed or garage, there's all these tiki torches leading you into it.
Yeah.
And he's like, Sieg Heil, welcome to my podcast. I don't want to see that shit.
No one does. No one does.
Burning crosses.
He's a racist.
He's a racist
man. So,
I think I would really like Amazing Jonathan. I really like magic. I don't know why people poo-poo it. It's entertaining. You ever been to the Magic Castle? That shit is fucking amazing.
Dude,
it's great.
Speaking of racist.
He retired from performing at the Magic Castle, actually.
Oh, really?
What do you mean? He was he had a residency?
He was a regular there, and
I went
really
there.
respected.
Super fun experience, actually.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
the best.
Yeah, it's like offices will go there. Like it'll be like an office outing, but you go there and you know what I mean. Like it'll be like, hey, let's. This is your Christmas.
Can we do it?
Let's
for
have
my
a
birthday?
team building effort.
But then you go and you're like, this is.
Can we do it for my
awesome.
birthday?
You want to go?
Fuck yeah! I haven't been in
You
like.
want to take the crew?
Let's go. Let's go to the Magic Castle. You want to?
Yeah.
All right,
awesome.
you're invited. And
Dude, we got to bring any because black people and magic.
Oh yeah,
Amazing.
they don't know what to do with it.
Hold up. What? Like they
lose their minds.
Whoa.
Whoa! Oh, call back.
Here's the thing.
They think
There's
it's witchcraft.
probably
They do.
People listening. So it's true.
Yo, that's some voodoo shit,
Yeah, they
y'all.
don't like it.
People are going to listen or watch and be like, this is super racist, but I want to point out
Bert wrote this segment.
that he wrote this segment and it's also 100% accurate.
Oh, you just watched a highlight from your mom's house. And if you want to see more, just watch one of these videos or highlights here and definitely subscribe here. That way you can be kept abreast of all the brand new. Yes, I said the word, Tom. Don't judge me with your eyes.
Try it out.